too many can bang with us. Straight up, we no angel dust. Label us notorious. Thug ass niggas that love the bus. It's strange to us. Y'all niggas be scrambling, gambling. Up restaurants with mandolins and violins. We just sitting here trying to win, trying not to sin. High off weed and lots of gin. So much smoke, need oxygen. Steadily counting them Benjamins. Nigga, you should too if you knew what this game would do to you. Been in this shit since 92. Look at all the bullshit I've been through. So-called beef with you know who. Fuck a few female stars or two. Then I'm blue like niggas blue like Mike. Shit, not to be fucked with. Motherfucker better duck quick. Cause me and my dogs love the buck shit. Fuck the luck shit, strictly aim. No aspirations to take the game. Spit your game, talk your shit. Grab your gat, pull your clip. Squeeze your clip, hit the right one. Pass that weed, I got the like one. All them niggas, I got to fight one. All them hoes, I got to like one. Our situation is a tight one. What you gonna do? Fight or run? Seems to me that you'll take me. Bone big, nigga, die slowly. I'ma tell you like a nigga told me. Cash roll everything around me. Shit, lyrically, niggas can't see me. Fuck it, buy the coke, cook the coke, cut it. Know the bitch before you call yourself loving it. Nigga with a Benz fucking it. Doesn't it seem hard to you? Big come through with mobs and crews. Good fellas down to the moose up dude. Who's the killer? Me or you?
We forgive you.
Clemson fans piss me off.
7 a.m. woke in the morning with Henny, caffeine, and green, and nicotine. No dose, so pop a couple of those that are ripped up. Nigga, Mr. Clean, make it clean. Deep in my temple, and I do get sentimentally stained with my instrumentality. And heated, especially for your team in the 45. And D will be in between the scenes. Destroy your dreams, you willing to die. We'll see. How many feast when it calls the scene? We mean mug, mode, trying to be perfect. Disciples with it, survival, tongue of a double-edged sword. Triple, 6 rivals, spitting fire. That's the real true bitch. Breaking out the lies, my massage. Better be ready for Armageddon. Shit's expired. It's wild, bless the child. The one that became a man. Put in positions already paid. All that I had to do was stay. Test me now. Contend, never know, surrender, no pretend. Pick up my pen and my hand. None of my trusted friend. Hey, open the land, see it for real. We all suited, beg my pardon in the morning. Maybe we ain't marching, we shooting in there. Recruiting, there's the fat ball. Every day in the ghetto, we start them off the and get them a bottle and a pen and pad to hit the level. Kick it to the dance floor, to the dome with a shot of burn. I'm a little bit in the curve, me feeling that urge just burst. But I'm broke as fuck, and give me that mouse burst swerve. Over to my pen, cause I gotta get my mask and shells to put in this 12 gauge sound off. Get them all off, nigga, y'all lost, take it all off, get a nigga cold off. But the problem, I left the fist and thinking the gun.
Yeah, y'all make sure you hit the thumbs up because YouTube really cares, even if your boy does not.
Fucked up, now let me get done with the crime. Gotta go purchase a dime, put in the state to get done with the crime. Smoking the reaper to ease my mind, swig some wine. Step on the block with the rocks, but really miss serving them dumb and see. Get the fuck up on down if it come back talking like, give me back my money. Thugging with me, killers need us a leader of liquor, but niggas ain't got shit. But it's all on popcorn, so they get pissed off now. Who ready to get back? Nigga like me fiending for them green leaves, but I ain't got no dough. Gotta make some money, so I'm making my dummy rocks if I go broke. It's funny, biggie, biggie. 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 Let's ride, let's ride, let's ride. Hip hop, hip hop, hip hop. Come on, let's ride, let's ride, let's ride, let's ride. Hip hop, hip hop, hip hop. Yeah, little light hat coming in the form of scripture. Finna get you and hit you with magic. Dropping down legs, but I call it my gadgets. With automatic status, we spread that loaded glass, but I'm thinking not. It's another E4 telling me to do what I gotta do, so I up my pipe and nigga down tonight. And I'm always running for the boys in blue. Biggie boots on my ass now, go out the sailor phone, the car bone, what's hiding? Grab artillery, niggas start packing. Cause the motherfucker try to get me in the jacket, and I did him. Hit him right between the eyes, spots wide. Wanna test a nigga's size, that it cost him. Nigga fuck around with the wrong shit, y'all getting more murdered all day, all day. We done played away and I'm on the run. I'ma call my boys to bring all the guns. Y'all niggas wanna have a little fun with number one. But it red, red, rum, 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 rum. But it red, red, rum, 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 rum. But it red, red, rum. It's funny, biggie, biggie. 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 Let's ride, let's ride, let's ride. Hip hop, hip hop, hip hop. Come on, let's ride, let's ride, let's ride, let's ride. Hip hop, hip hop, hip hop. Come on, come on. It's funny, biggie, biggie. It's funny, biggie, biggie. It's funny, biggie, biggie. It's funny, biggie, biggie.
Yo.
Yo, Big, wake up, baby.
Yeah.
Yo, Big, wake your ass up. Come on.
I'm up.
Big, wake up.
I'm up, Diddy. What the fuck, man? What's up?
Come on now. It's 5:45. We got the 7:30 flight. Yo, Big.
I'm
Big.
up. Yeah, I hear you, dog. I hear you, man. All right, 7:30.
Yo, take down this information.
I no pen.
Tell your girl and remember it or something.
All right.
Can you do that?
Yeah, write this down.
All right. Like 5:04.
5:04.
Leaving Kennedy.
On
the LAX.
Whoa. Cali?
No doubt, baby. No, we gotta get this paper.
No doubt. All right. I'm up.
Yo, Big.
I'm up, man.
Like 5:04.
All right, 7:30. I'm gonna meet you at the airport.
California.
Yeah. Your lyrics just split ya, head so hard that your hat can't fit ya. Either I'm with ya or against ya, format bent ya. Back to that means I sent ya. Talking to the rap inventor, nigga with the game type fifth, that flame right. Spell my name right, B-I-double-G-I-E. Iced out, lights out, me and C the Leo. Getting head for some chick he know. See, it's all about the cheddar, nobody do it better. Going back to Cali, strictly for the weather, women and the weed. Sticky green, no seed, bitch please. Papa ain't soft, dead up in the hood. Ain't no love lost, got me mixed up. You drunk them licks up, mad cause I got my dick sucked. And my balls lick, forfeit, the game is mine. I'ma spell my name one more time, check it. It's the N-O-T-O-R-I-O.
Hey, is JT Daniels going back to Cali? I don't know.
Now the real dawn when you see one. Sipping on booze in the house of blues. I'm going back to Cali. I'm going back to Cali.
Shit, after this season, DJ might be going back to Cali too. Who knows?
Back to Cali. I'm going back to Cali. If I got to choose the coast, I got to choose the east. I live out there, so don't go there. But that don't mean a nigga can't rest in the west. See some nice breasts in the west. Smoke some nice sets in the west. Y'all niggas is a mess, thinking I'm gon' stop. Give it LA props. All I got is beef with those that violate me. I shall annihilate thee. Case closed, suitcase filled with clothes. Linens and things, I'll begin things. People start to flash. 818-213s, 313s, B.I.G. Frequently floss holes at Roscoe's. If I want a squirter, take her to Fat Burger. Spend about a week on Venice Beach. Sipping Cristo with some freak from Frisco. I'm going back to Cali. 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 Cali got gunplay, models on the runway, scream Biggie, give me one more chance. I be whipping on the freeway, the NYC way, on the celly with my homeboy Lance. Pass hands from left to right, only got 5 blunts left to light. I'm set tonight, better bitches at Versace store. Says he suck it till I ain't got no more. Only in LA, bust on bitches LA, rub it in their tummy, lick it, say it's yummy, then fuck your man. What's your plan? Is it to rock the tri-state? Almost gold, 5 G's a show date, or do you wanna see about 7 digits? Fuck holy exquisite, Cali, great place to visit. I'm going back to Cali. 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 I'm going back to Cali.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. May God have mercy on your soul.
Yo, 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 yo. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, PigskinPeete. Happy Friday to everybody. Hope everybody had a great week. I know I did. I can't believe it's already Friday. I also can't believe the spring games are about to start. Well, we know Georgia Tech started a couple of weeks ago because you know why? Because they're Georgia Tech. That's why. But who we got this weekend? We got Michigan this weekend. And then, of course, next weekend, yes, a bunch of ACC and, well, actually a bunch of spring games in general, not just in the ACC. But Clemson's is next Saturday at 1 p.m. And I will be there, yes. So if you're a Clemson fan and you like to go to the spring games every year like I do, just keep yourself posted to the, of course, this YouTube channel. And, of course, my Twitter page, @PetePigskin, if you're not on there. And I'll let everybody know where I'm at. Of course, I always like to post where I'm going whenever I go to Death Valley. And anybody who wants to come and say hello is more than welcome to. Of course, this is a call-in show that we do almost every Friday night. Pretty much every Friday night throughout the season. It's been a few weeks, though. So we had the Slav Olympics. I missed the Friday show for that. Then the week after that, I had the Kung Flu. So I missed the Friday show for that. And I missed the Friday show last night for a different reason. So it's been like almost 4 weeks since I've done a Friday night call-in show with my, me and your boy Tiger Baskins. I'm assuming that Tiger Baskins is still going to come on tonight and co-host a show with me. I haven't talked to him, but I would like to hear his thoughts on the JT Daniels rumors. JT Daniels visiting multiple places where he's looking at transferring. I think I saw he visited Oregon State. West Virginia was the newest one, and that's where the rumors are that he's probably going to end up going. And it has something to do with a certain, I don't know, the offensive coordinator or maybe the quarterback's coach there that he has a relationship with. I don't know. We were talking about this, at the end of the season about where would JT Daniels go, and I think a lot of people did say something about West Virginia. I would like to know what Gold and Blue Dude thinks about this. And any other West Virginia fan that happens to be on here. And, of course, any Georgia fan that happens to be on here. Is that a good fit? Of all the places you could possibly go, is West Virginia the best fit? I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway, thank you for joining me tonight. Let's get to the chat, and then we'll get to the phone calls, of course, because nobody is here to look at my ugly face or listen to me ramble on for 2 hours. I can guarantee you that much. That much I know. That much I know. What's up, Kevron Harris? Brad Pitt, Traveling Fool says, yo, 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 yo. Colby, my man Colby. What's up, Colby? Tiger Nation, I'll see you on Friday. Yes, Mrs. Pete's 40th birthday on Friday. We're going up. I don't even know what's the name of this place. Somewhere in Georgia, on Lake Hartwell, which of course Lake Hartwell, is the prominent lake. They always talk about Auburn with a lake. Clemson's Auburn with a lake. Well, that's Lake Hartwell that they're referring to. It extends into Georgia. Because, of course, Clemson is pretty close to the Georgia state line. We have a lake house up there for Mrs. Pete's 40th birthday. And Tiger Nation, my boy Nick, I hope Nick's still coming, is coming up on Friday night, too, to hang out with us. We'll be there for a week. Yeah, we'll be there for an entire week. And throughout the week, we have multiple people coming in. Well, not just multiple. I mean, I'm talking about like 10 or 12 people, plus kids. So I'll see my brother Tiger Nation here in a few days. Christopher McDavitt, Jerome Shit Talking Pruitt, what's up? B Bean, Esso. Yeah. Clemson fans piss him off. Piss me off too. Apparently, they piss a lot of people off. Which I'm just fine with that.
Clemson fans piss me off.
P Digits, what's up, brother? Yes, thank you, Colby, for posting the PayPal link. If you want to support some of your favorite content creators, of course, your super chat option is available. And in the description of this video is also the PayPal and the Cash App. So those are also options as well. Mayhem Matthew. VicTube is here. VicTube, man. I saw the VicTube stream come up earlier. I didn't get to watch. I was doing something else. But it looked like he went on for about 2 or 3 hours. I'm sure it was an amazing show, like always. JT Daniels is going to West Virginia. Why they join the ACC? Never. Well, they're not joining the ACC anytime soon. So, I mean, I don't care what Golden Blue Dude's source says. It's just not happening. What's up, Rog Dog? Friction Vixen. Yeah, Livonia. Yes, thank you. Sorry, I knew it started with an L. I didn't want to butcher it. Yes, Livonia, Georgia. Which I'm assuming is like basically right on the state line. You know what it is? Livonia, Georgia is halfway between Clemson and Athens. Well, Clemson and Athens are about 90 minutes apart. And so it's a 45-minute drive to Athens from Livonia, Georgia. It's a 45-minute to Clemson from Livonia, Georgia. P Digits, you of course you're invited. Anybody's invited. Anybody's invited. Are y'all going to the Amish place in Livonia to eat? I don't even know what I don't know what you're talking about. I've never been to Livonia, Georgia before. All I know is it's a pretty cool looking place right on the lake. And so we got a bunch of people that were willing to pitch in to come stay and to make it affordable for everybody. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to afford it throughout the week. So. Look, man, I'm easy. This isn't about me. This is about Mrs. Peete. You could just I'll go anywhere. You know, listen. You put me on a lake. I don't care if it's in a trailer. I'll have a good time. I don't give it. You know, I'm easy. But the big 4-0 for Mrs. Peete. So, you know, it's all her. It's all about what she wants to do. Still haven't seen Tiger Baskins in here in the call-in thing. I don't know what he's doing. It is 10 after 10, so he's 10 minutes late. If he's going to be the co-host of the show, he's definitely 10 minutes late. Maybe somebody else wants to co-host the show with me. Maybe Tiger Baskins got something better going on. I don't know. So. If you want to co-host a show with me, it's an open market at this point. It's a free market. Listen. This is a capitalist country. This is a capitalist YouTube channel. Yes, it's all about Mrs. Peete this weekend. Friction Vixen, of course. He's taking a page out of Chess Hall's book. Well, to be fair, like I said, it's been about 3 weeks since we've done a show on Friday night. So I don't know, maybe he just figures I'm not doing one tonight or something. I don't know. He's playing Fortnite. So anyway, the spring games, while I'm waiting on the spring games, look, there's a list. I enjoy going to the spring games. I go to the spring game every year for Clemson. At least I have for the past 5 or 6 years. And some before that too, but on a consistent basis, I've been to like 5 or 6 in a row. And for me, it's more about going and hanging out with my friends, like a tradition type thing. And it just so happens that the spring game happens to fall on Mrs. Pete's birthday this year. So I'm bringing the whole family and we're doing that thing. But in general, you can't learn a whole lot from the spring games. I mean, it's a glorified scrimmage, but what I look for when I go to the spring games, first of all, I want to see some of the new guys play, some of the incoming freshmen, the mid-year early enrollees that are already there and enrolled and have gone through a couple of weeks of spring practice or whatever. So for me this year, I'm looking at a few different guys. Obviously, Cade Klubnik, he's a mid-year early enrollee. The quarterback, 5-star quarterback from Texas, Westlake High School. Obviously looking forward to seeing what he looks like. Sherrod Koval, defensive back, coming in. A lot of noise around him. Adam Randall, wide receiver. Guy looks like, this guy looks like if you built an NFL wide receiver in a lab, that's what Adam Randall would look like. Now, again, like I said, it's a glorified scrimmage. You can't learn a whole lot from these spring games, although last year we went to the spring game and it was pretty obvious by halftime of the spring game or so, we were all looking at each other going, this offense does not look very good. And it was hard to tell whether it was because the defense was just more dominant than the offense or if the offense was lacking. And, as the season played out, we found out the offense just wasn't very good, right? I mean, the worst offense that Clemson's had in a long time, probably 10 years or longer. So you can learn some stuff. But for me, it's all about looking at the new guys. Like, nobody's out there to watch a senior that you already know is, an All-American. How many tackles he gets, right? Yeah, everyone's focused on the new guys that are coming in, the new recruits and whatnot. And, of course, it's about hanging out with your buddies. Rob Dog says, at UGA spring game last year, we learned who Adonai Mitchell was. Yes. I have no idea where Tiger Baskins is. No clue. What's up, Fish and Football? He says, TB got a game. Oh. What game does he have? Do y'all got a boat for the lake? Well, I don't have a boat. I don't want a boat. I enjoy going on other people's boats. Boats are nothing but a hole in the water to throw money into. But yeah, so my brother-in-law has a boat. He's bringing one up. And there's also actually another friend of ours that's bringing up a boat too sometime. We'll have two boats there. All right, Luke, just call the call-in number. You can co-host the show with me. No problem. Infinite Auburn. We're going to learn a lot from watching Auburn's spring game, like who's going to throw the ball. Yeah. Who is going to throw the ball? That's a $1 million question, isn't it? Yes, Rob Dog. BOAT stands for B-O-A-T. Bust out another 1,000. I got you. Hold on a second. Wow, thank you, Colby, with the very generous PayPal. Says, what does he say here? Let me see if I can. Colby says, it's sad when South Carolina's only thing to celebrate is women's basketball. So, yes, that's a good point. I guess that the women's basketball team is now. Did they advance to the national championship game? I think that's what I saw earlier. I don't know. Listen, I don't watch men's basketball, let alone women's basketball. So I really don't know. But you're right. That is all they have to look forward to. Thank you for the PayPal, Colby. You're the man, sir. Hey, what's up, buddy?
What's up, Pete?
How you doing, man? Are you ready for the big game tomorrow?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready for the game tomorrow. I really don't have a plan for what I'm going to do, but I'll figure something out.
What time is the game?
It's 9:30 or so.
Oh, yeah, you told me that earlier.
Yeah, it's pretty late.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that the Kansas and Villanova game is going to be the early game, like maybe, 5 or 6 o'clock?
It's at like 7 o'clock, 6:30.
7 o'clock. So they're going to be back-to-back games, yeah.
Yeah, back-to-back.
So here's the thing, man. I'm sitting here. I might have to go to a bar to watch it. Well, I mean, unless I want to watch it on my phone. I don't even know. Like, you said it was on TBS, right? Some weird station.
Yeah, TBS. Yeah.
So normally, if they're like the couple of games that I have watched in the NCAA tournament this year, like literally 2 games, and I didn't even watch the whole games either. But I found like on the ESPN app or some other app on my phone, I don't have cable or streaming service on my TV right now. As soon as the football season ended, I canceled my cable, and I haven't yet to get like Hulu or YouTube TV or anything. So all I have right now is Netflix, the regular Hulu streaming service, not the TV part, and then like Disney Plus and like whatever. I don't know. I have something else too, but I don't have any I don't have any way to watch it at home anyway.
Yeah, I think there at least used to be when I was in high school. There was a March Madness app that let you watch it without a cable provider.
Oh, okay. I'll look into that.
I don't know if they still do that.
I'll look into that.
Because I used to watch it in class during the games, like the first round.
Yeah, and I know that there's somebody like count down from 10. Within the next 10 seconds, somebody will type in the chat some illegal streaming service that I can go look at. I'm not interested in doing that.
I can provide you some illegal streaming.
Yeah, I know. I don't want that though. First of all, every time I've ever tried to like click one of those links, like you can watch it for 10 seconds and then it cuts off, and then they're like, oh, here's the other link, and I'm not going through all that trouble. If I can watch it without, first of all, without doing anything illegal, and second of all, without having to, constantly refresh and go to some other link, then I'll be all for it. Other than that, I have a couple of sports bars right by my house. I might just walk up to one of these sports bars at 8:30 or whatever and watch the game. I don't know.
Yeah, you could probably. I can't go to a sports bar and watch it now. All the ones in Chapel Hill are completely booked out. People were like standing in lines for days to get a reservation. There's all the restaurants on Franklin Street.
Yeah. John Doman says, you want to be the guy that shows up with a 12-pack to go out on your buddy's boat. No, first of all, I don't ever invite myself on anybody's boat. So if they invite me out on the boat, then I'll go on it. And of course, if they're asking for gas money or something, I'll give them some gas money. But I'm not trying to like weasel my way in to get on somebody's boat. I'm not that guy.
Yeah, I always feel kind of awkward asking to be in those situations.
Moses Denton says, did you hear that Missouri and Oregon State are interested in JT Daniels? Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned that at the top of the show. West Virginia, Oregon State, and Missouri. That was the 3 teams that I read. Yeah. That was the 3 teams that I read. He still has 2 years of eligibility left, too.
I think he has more than 2 years left.
Nope. I'm pretty sure he's got 2. That's what I read.
He played his freshman year. I think he got a medical redshirt his sophomore year in the COVID year. So, I guess, yeah, he does have 2.
Yeah. Can Peete swim? Is that a serious question? Of course I can swim. What's up, Zona Tucson 93? He'll find one, the real MVP. Yeah, so if you want to call in, 864-207-4522. If you want to call in and talk to me and Luke Walker, Tar Heel man. Man, I wish
basketball school.
Yeah, basketball school. On their way to being a football school too, I think, or at least we've been waiting on that for the past few years. I don't know. what's going to happen with that.
Yeah, who knows? It seems like the programs can't coexist. Football team was fun for 2 years, and our basketball team sucked. All of a sudden, our football team's disappointing. Our basketball's back.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. There's no Duke fans that come in here, ever, or if they do, they just don't say anything.
I've seen the occasional Duke fan. There's one that comes in here every once in a while.
Well, I'd love for him to call in and see you and him go at it.
Yeah, he's probably too scared.
But you know what happens is if Duke wins, they will show up then. That's the difference. It's easy to show up after you won.
State fans that showed up when they could beat Clemson.
Yeah, oh, right, exactly.
But Duke fans do exist. They're just not on YouTube.
I think Esso just said that all island boys swim. I mean, of course. Of course.
Oh, PigskinPeete is an island boy.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, PigskinPeete is an island boy.
And what the fuck is that?
Oh, PigskinPeete is an island boy. And amazing and fantastic, yo. They got the best college football YouTube channel. Yeah, a huge college football fan. We understand it's the Clemson Tigers. They rep it to the top. And the ACC, yo. And the live shows are so underrated on YouTube. We want to say shout out PigskinPeete. We want to say shout out PigskinPeete. Coming from the island boys. You better keep it like it's our Gwen. Tell that boy you better keep that gun. I'ma do it while I'm staring at the sun. I've been really out to fool gazing. I've been in the pool on stand. I'll pull it like I'm super saiyan. Yeah. And you the best, so keep on going. Don't let no one stop you, yeah. Alright, PigskinPeete, keep doing your thing. You got it from the island, boy. Yeah, we out, man.
What the fuck is that?
I say right foot creep, oh, walking with that heat. Walk, look around, stay low, make sure they don't see you. Catch some bad, walk down, face them with the heat. The devil under your feet, you're on your way to see him. Stretch me when I can't sleep, back out when I see you. Play with me, you can't sleep. We got into the sea-shoe. You won't have no case, rearrange your shape soon as they face you. You won't have no space, we in your section too.
Oh, man. Yes, all island boys swim. Hey, Luke, what do you think about taking a call?
Sure, why not?
Hey, what's up? You're on with Pete and Luke Walker.
True Seminole here.
True Seminole. What's up, buddy?
Hey, man, I got a question. You got to, solve this in my roommate, okay? So the definition of is herbs, spices, and salt. Okay. Is hot sauce a spice?
Is hot sauce a spice? I mean, when you talk about hot sauce, are you referring to Texas Pete?
I don't know.
Peace, everybody. One love. Let's see you soon, Texas Pete.
Well, let's do this. Let's look at the ingredients. I have a bottle of Texas Pete here. I don't even know if I can read this. It's too small. I might need glasses. It definitely has peppers in it.
Bottle of hot sauce.
Yeah, I have a bottle of Texas Pete because I'm Texas Pete, but I don't think I can read this. The writing on this bottle is too small. I need glasses. I'm getting old, man. It definitely has jalapenos. I can see that. A bunch of other bullshit that I can't pronounce. And some xanthan gum. So, yeah, I don't know.
All right, well, hot take. LSU will beat Seminoles by dance moves, and that's it.
Yeah. You said that Florida State, when is their spring game? It's on the 9th, the same day as Clemson's, right?
It's on the 9th, yeah.
Yeah, are you going to it?
Yes, without a doubt. Me and we're going to the spring game and hopefully not be disappointed.
Well,
it's going to be great.
I guarantee. How could you be disappointed at the spring game?
Because
you're guaranteed to win.
If the offense does too good, it's like a double-edged sword, right?
I mean, Florida State's going to win the game.
Too good, you're like, oh shit, the defense sucks. Or if the offense don't do anything, say, is the defense that good or is the offense ass? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you want like both cuts and happiness. So it's like it's kind of masochistic in a way.
No, but seriously though, I'm trolling you about the But so what are you looking forward to seeing the most? I mean, like I was saying earlier, like everyone has something they're looking for in a spring game. Is there a certain player or position group or something that you're looking forward to seeing during the spring game? What is it?
First thing would be defensive line play. I want to make sure that we still have a adequate pass rush. I mean, losing Jermaine Johnson, Kier Thomas hurt the defensive line for Seminoles. Added on that, you don't really have that much depth at the D-line position anyways for Florida State. So, and no one that's really going to break out, I don't think, as a, premier pass rusher, ACC pass rusher. So I don't know. Other than that, Jordan Travis would be the other guy to see if he attacks the middle of the field more and opens that area of his playing. He can hit an outside, sideline route. I mean, I've seen him do it 1,000 times, but opening up the middle of the field is like asking to win the lottery. So it's something I would like to see.
What about the quarterback position?
Oh, that's what I meant by Jordan Travis, the quarterback for Florida State.
All right.
I mean, that's just want to see elevated play from him, opening up, just keeping this offense, mixing up things, trying not to be as one-dimensional as we were last year. I mean, we rushed for – that was our whole offense was rushing last year.
Speaking of quarterbacks, how has A.J. Duffy looked in spring practice?
A.J. Duffy is not going to have any playing time this year. I mean, he's basically as you would expect a freshman to be. He's not no crazy player that come in and just turn heads. I mean, it's going to take time for him. I like him. He has a lot of characteristics that I like a lot. But it's just I don't think we'll see him for another 2 years.
Are we going to get to?
I don't think so.
Are we going to get a look at your hot shot 5-star quarterback Luke in your spring game?
Well, he's a sophomore, so yeah, you will see him. He played last year too.
When's that? Is that game on Saturday as well, or?
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, Luke, I did have a question for you real quick.
Yep.
Did Keyshawn Silver play last year?
No, he didn't play last year. He redshirted.
Okay.
He came in out of shape because he got hurt his senior year of high school.
I understand. I was looking this year for highlights or things I could see from him. I didn't see him play. Does he come back this year? I mean, do we see him in the spring game this season?
Yeah, apparently he's been looking pretty good in spring practice. He's taking reps with the second team right now. But the sophomore you want to look out for is Javari Ritzy because he's played a lot at the end of last year, and he was a pretty high-rated guy.
Yeah, I like Javari Ritzy. I like him. Andre Green, do you think he gets any playing time this year? Do you think he gets in the rotation on that receiver?
Well, it'll be tough for him because he's not an early enrollee because his high school doesn't allow it. So it'll be tough for him, but I think near the end of the year he should be in there. He was really good in high school.
His high school doesn't allow him to graduate early? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he goes to some really good educational private school.
So a private school, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it was kind of disappointing. I wanted to see him in spring.
What about this, Luke? Sorry to ask all these questions.
No, listen, that's what this is for. Go ahead, ask away.
UNC's defense. You know, what a part of it. I mean, I know D-line was y'all were very short on depth in D-line about 2 years ago. Are you more interested to see the elevation of the D-line play, linebacking play, or secondary? What is your more way you see the UNC's defense elevating at?
D-line should definitely elevate because all those young guys are getting older and they all have experience now. We played a lot of young guys, freshmen and sophomore last year, and as they get older, they should be a lot better. But linebacker play is going to be a real question in spring because we lose a 3-year starter at linebacker in Jeremiah Gimmel, and hopefully we can replace him with Power Eccles, who is a big-time player coming out of high school.
All right. And I mean, spring. Do you know is there like anything I can listen to for like UNC football related stuff? Do you have any ideas to recommend me something to listen to?
You're talking to him, and I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about Luke.
Well, we're not talking about you, Pete. I mean, #professional, right?
Yeah, right.
No, I'm kidding. No. All right. Well, that's all I wanted to know. That and hot sauce is a seasoning. I think it is.
It's definitely a seasoning, and being a seasoned veteran, no pun intended, in oysters, being a Charleston guy, the only hot sauce for raw oysters or steamed oysters or any other kind of oysters, for that matter, is Tabasco sauce. That's it. Tabasco pepper sauce, and not one of those flavored ones, just the original one. That's the only one. That's it. Man, there's really no discussion about it either.
You just gave me $50. Thank you, Pete.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you for letting me call in.
All right, True Seminole.
Show.
Thanks, buddy.
Hey, bye.
People eat raw oysters. Of course they do. I eat them any way they come. Raw, steamed, whatever. Is ketchup a seasoning? Stop it with that.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. May God have mercy on your soul.
Hey, what's up? You're on with Pete and Luke Walker.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up, man?
So a couple quick questions for you guys. Question number one. So the ACC football, what should we expect as far as your conference winners? Who's going to be the best team that's not really talking about, and who's going to be the worst?
That's a great question. I'm going to go ahead and let Luke start off, and then I'll give you my opinion. What do you think, Luke?
Well, the whole thing with the ACC is you kind of just expect the unexpected. So who the heck knows who's going to win the conference at this point? It'll probably be Clemson, but the Coastal, there are about 4 teams that could win the Coastal. I'm going to say North Carolina because I'm clearly biased, but if I can't pick one, I really like Miami this year, but I've liked them the past few years. And in the Atlantic, I really think Boston College could challenge Clemson a little bit.
Wow, that's interesting. What about, so that's the second part of his question was, well, if you're going to pick one that nobody would expect, I guess that would be Boston College, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I think Boston College will be really good. I think Virginia Tech is going to be really improved this year.
Well, I'll just go ahead and give you my answer. I mean, I think the obvious answer is Clemson, winning the ACC. And really anybody other than Clemson this season, I think, would be a surprise. But if I had to pick one that nobody would expect to win, that's hard because the ACC is not like the SEC or the Big Ten, or even the Big 12 for that matter. there, like Luke just said, there's 4 or 5 teams that you could pick other than Clemson that could possibly win it if Clemson's not going to be the one. And so anybody that I mentioned, I feel like anybody could say, oh yeah, of course. Well, they're in the mix too. I would say one that first of all, everybody's expecting Miami to be there. Everybody's expecting North Carolina to be there. This is most all these are out of the Coastal Division, right? Everybody's expecting. According to my last stream, a lot of people are expecting Wake Forest to be in the mix, even though I'm not. Which, of course, they're in Clemson's division. So the ones that nobody's expecting, I'm going to say Pitt, and I know that they're the defending champion in the ACC, but what they lost their offensive coordinator and their at least the second best quarterback to ever play for that school, first round draft pick quarterback Kenny Pickett. So I'm going to say Pitt would be the one that people don't expect. Of course, I'm not expecting them to win it either, but that would be the one I would say.
Okay. So for me, I'm a Florida State fan, so
okay.
I don't have high expectations for Florida State to, do what they're supposed to do. But I feel like Clemson, I don't think they have what it takes. And let me just say this. I know you guys are Clemson fans, so of course you're going to go with
Well, I am. Luke's not.
I'm not a Clemson fan.
I am.
Okay, who do you go?
Luke's a Tar Heel.
Okay. All right. So the reason I say Clemson no is because I don't think the quarterback and DJ, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, so I'm not going to embarrass myself. I don't think he has what it takes to lead them to a championship. He's not a Deshaun Watson. He's not a Trevor Lawrence. We all know that. I don't think he has the downfield precision to see reads open up. I think he keeps the ball too long.
Well, I don't disagree with you, especially what we saw last year. But it's a team sport, and even though Clemson last year was second worst offense in the ACC, which is pitiful, still won 10 games. And they also have something this year that they didn't have last year. Is somebody to challenge DJ for the starting position. So Cade Klubnik's coming in. 3 straight Texas State championships in high school. Number 1 quarterback in the class. Undefeated in his 3 years as a starter in high school. I mean, the guy's the real deal. There's a lot of comparisons between him and Deshaun Watson and him and Trevor Lawrence. Probably more on the Deshaun Watson side as far as how dynamic he is. But also, I mean, Clemson's defense is going to be ridiculous. It's going to be ridiculous. So
I definitely agree with you on that. I just think we're going to see a new transition of somebody else is going to find a way to dominate. I love Dabo Swinney. I have nothing against them, even though I hate you guys win it like every single year. But I just think with everything that Clemson has lost as well, including your defensive coordinator, I think that makes a big adjustment too.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah, sure. But, but some of these, a lot of the schools that people are talking about challenging Clemson in the ACC also have a lot of turnover in the coaching staff. I mean, Miami has an entire new coaching staff. Forget positions. They have a new head coach, new offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator, new position coaches. I mean, they were basically starting from scratch, other than the players that didn't transfer out or didn't graduate last year. And for some reason, people are picking Miami. I mean, that doesn't make much sense to me. And
well, see, I think the reason people are picking Miami is not necessarily of the coaching staff or what they have, but I think you're going to see a different culture in Miami. When you had what's his name, Manny Diaz, you had the turnover chain, which is that's a big thing for Miami to get rid of, but I feel like it's a good thing because the turnover chain really wasn't doing anything when you're getting blown out by 27, 30 points a game.
Okay, so listen. So the culture argument, I like what Cristobal is doing with getting rid of that bullshit turnover chain and trying to make them a winning school and not worried about, flashy fake jewelry. But Clemson has an established culture that's been there for over a decade. So, I mean, even if the position coaches leave, the culture is still the same at Clemson as it has been for the past 12 years, 13 years. So culture is not. I mean, but culture. Miami's not developing a better culture in the offseason than Clemson's had there for the past 13 years, or a better roster.
I agree 100% with that.
It also seems like people are forgetting that Miami won 7 games last year. I know Mario Cristobal's a really good coach, but I don't know if he's winning 7 games to winning the ACC good.
I see it. The problem with Miami is when they don't have things clicking for them, they don't feel like they can pull it out together. But when they have things on their own, when the defense is getting 3-4 turnovers a game, when the quarterback is making great throws, which you got Tyler Van Dyke in year number 2, you don't really know what to expect now. Year 1, you could kind of pick out his flaws and see what's wrong, but, as the quarterback develops in seasons, he develops with different things. So I don't think Miami is going to shock you and go undefeated. But I don't see Miami not making a bowl game under a new coaching staff. Unlike Florida State the last few years, we had that hire in Willie Taggart, which, the turnover book bag, that's not Florida State's culture. So I feel like Mike Norvell is the guy, but I don't think Miami goes down as far as bad as Florida State has since Jimbo Fisher left.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what Florida State's got. They are at the top of the list as far as piquing my interest of what this team's going to look like. Because you're entering now the year where you start wanting to see a return on your investment with a new head coach, and he's going into his 3rd season, right? So you had his first season. I mean, unfortunately for Norvell, his first season was the COVID year, and that's a hard year to evaluate a new coach on. I mean, it was tough on everybody, let alone a brand new head coach that was coming in taking over for a national championship winning coach and who basically ran the program into the ground in his last couple of years there. So, but now, so you had last year, and so now when you get into the 3rd and 4th years, when fans and everybody else starts evaluating, says this is the time to start seeing a return on whatever investment we made in this new coach. So they are at the top of the list of teams that I'm really keeping my eye on. Of course, they're in Clemson's division also, so I'm going to keep an eye on them anyway. But I'll be interested to see what and then look, a successful year for Florida State. I know that everyone wants to pretend they're going to win their conference and win their division, but when you play in Clemson's division, a successful year is not necessarily winning the division. In a 2nd or 3rd year head coach, I think that if you can get over that 9-win, or at least win 9 games at minimum, I think would be a huge success. And would also help out with recruiting in the future and just the overall vibe around the program. Now, if you go out there and don't make a bowl game, that's you're going to have a lot of people calling for Norvell's head, even though he probably doesn't deserve it this early.
Okay, with you saying that, as an ACC fan, if Norvell does not make a bowl game with Florida State this season, would you consider, if you were a Florida State fan, would you want him gone?
No, Well, it's hard to say what I would want as a Florida State fan because I'm not one, but as an outside observer, I don't think he should be gone after this year, no matter what happens. They're way too quick to fire coaches these days. If Dabo Swinney was fired after 3 years, Clemson would be a dumpster juice right now. I mean, he was no good. I mean, at least according to a lot of people, after 2 or 3 years, based on his record, Dabo Swinney was not a good coach. And now look at him. But I mean, the people that were really paying attention to Dabo Swinney early in his tenure, his first 3 or 4 years, could see that he completely flipped the culture at Clemson and was starting to recruit better. And even though they weren't, showing it on the field as far as the amount of wins in the win column at the end of the year, you could tell that the program was heading in the right direction. That's more important than anything. Everybody, listen, we live in a society today, and it extends to sports too, where it's what have you done for me today, right? Nobody pays attention to the mess that the coach took over. And I think you could probably even extend that to Manny Diaz. I mean, Manny Diaz took over sort of a mess of a program. And he's look at him now. I mean, the Miami fans wanted him gone after 2 years. Some of them after the first year.
I didn't really see Manny Diaz being the alternate guy. Now, don't get me wrong, he was a great defensive coordinator, but in situations like that, you don't want to rush and take something that doesn't have the potential to be there. He has the potential to be a great defensive coordinator. But as far as a head coach standpoint, I never seen him developing through that.
And that may be true. Don't get me. Yeah, that may be true. I don't know.
I mean, Manny never really got the chance. He got 3 years. One of them was a COVID year that were really good at him. I mean, he never really got a chance to show that he could improve.
And not only that, a lot of these players that everyone's fallen over about from Miami, these great players, guess who recruited them? Manny Diaz. So, you can't tell me in one breath that Manny Diaz is a terrible coach, and then in the next breath tell me the reason that you're going to be so great in 2022 is because of all the players that Manny Diaz recruited. I mean, which one is it? Is he a bad coach or not a good coach? Who knows what would happen if Manny Diaz didn't lose his job? But I do feel like, I do feel like that most likely Cristobal is a better choice than Manny Diaz, but we'll never know. We'll never know.
And all these Miami fans are talking about he can't recruit after he had a top 15 class in 2021. Because the 2022 class is looking bad because they were talking about firing him the whole year, and what recruit's going to commit to that?
Yeah, and they have the worst social media presence on all of social media. If you're a player that's looking to sign there and you're on Facebook or Twitter, the chatter around Miami, they have no patience, which is crazy because again, unless you're living in the 90s or early 2000s. Miami has not been good for a very long time. As a matter of fact, most of these recruits don't remember when Miami was good. I mean, they were babies, literal babies at the time that Miami was good.
They weren't babies. They weren't born.
Weren't born. Well, one of the two.
How long it's been.
So if you go on, Facebook or Twitter and you start reading what Miami fans are talking about, that turns some of these recruits off. And I don't understand why they haven't learned that yet. They have got to be the most toxic fan base on social media that I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of them. So,
yeah, I don't know it.
Fans.
Florida can be pretty bad too. Florida's pretty toxic. Not Florida State, but Florida's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But I appreciate y'all's time, and the only other thing I had is I heard on your show you were talking about hot sauce for raw oysters. Man, you got to get the saltine crackers with the crystal hot sauce, man. That's the way to go.
Saltine crackers. I just eat the oysters right out of the shell. I don't put them on crackers, but that's not terrible. But as far as I'm concerned, the only hot sauce allowed on an oyster in my household is Tabasco. Everyone else can kick rocks.
That's a fair statement.
Yeah.
But one more question before I get off. Is for Luke. What are you expecting from North Carolina this season? Are you expecting, after losing Sam Howell, are you expecting a bowl game? What are you expecting as a North Carolina fan?
I'm expecting to be better than last year. That's all I can really say. I'm really hoping we can win the Coastal, but we have to start winning some games. We have all these great recruiting classes, and youth isn't an excuse anymore, so you have to win some games. And if we don't win at least, I'd say 8 games, it's starting to look like Mac Brown might need to retire.
That's a very honest answer that I respect there. So.
But I will let you guys get back to your other colors. I appreciate your guys' time tonight.
All right, buddy. Thank you for calling in, man. I appreciate it.
No problem, y'all. Have a good one, man.
All right, you too. Man, look at that. Florida State fan calling in.
2 Florida State fans.
I know. What's going on around here? What's up? You're on with
show part 2.
What's up? You're on with Peete and Luke Walker.
What's up, big dog? This is TB.
Oh, look who it is! Look who decided to show up.
We just got out of a basketball tournament. I forgot to tell you before we started.
Yeah, I know. It's easy to forget me. It's fine.
No, well, we haven't done it in a few weeks.
I know.
I was planning to call you before the tournament started, and then I get there, and then all my kids are crazy, and I want to punch them. But, yeah. No, anyways, I just calling in, just letting you know I'll definitely be there next Friday. I'll be here.
Well, I won't though, because I'll be in. Next Friday is Mrs. Pete's birthday. We'll be out of town. We'll be we'll be up near Clemson. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but no show next Friday night because of Mrs. Pete's birthday. Hey, real quick though, I gotta pee. Can you talk to Luke Walker real quick while I pee? I'll be back in 30 seconds. Thank you.
Yes. So Luke Skywalker, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good, buddy. What's your favorite team? What's your college team?
I'm a North Carolina man.
Oh, okay. Okay, good deal. I know that last year was kind of tough, but I tried to explain to people that y'all's recruiting class last year was great. They're just really young. And I think that's what I'm kind of excited to see from North Carolina is who out of that, nice recruiting class, like who's going to step up. And so I guess if you're a North Carolina fan, what do you see?
It's really exciting. Hopefully the D-line can finally step up because it's been pretty disappointing the past couple of years. And other than that, really, there's not a lot of them still aren't going to be starting because the main positions we've lost a lot of people are offensive line. We haven't recruited that crazily well.
I know. Well, and you're right, though, as far as the defense, because I know even when Sam Howell was there, I know he was there last year, but the year before, when you guys were really, really lighting it up, the defense was not holding their own. Y'all were having to win games by a touchdown, even though you were putting up 40 points.
Hey, Tiger Baskins, are you currently inside of a church? Why are you whispering?
Yeah. No, I'm in the truck right now. We got kids asleep.
Oh, you got kids asleep. That's why you're whispering?
Yes.
Hey, put it on speakerphone real quick. Hey, put it on speakerphone real quick.
Okay, you're on speaker.
All right.
Dying, right?
Oh my God!
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 Did I wake him up?
No. But for some reason, I guess it wasn't loud enough. But, yeah. Anyways, look, I'll let you go. I appreciate you, buddy. I was just talking a little bit about North Carolina.
All right. Hey, before you go, did you win your game or what? What happened with that?
No, we lost. I was kind of glad. I mean, not glad about losing, but we did some, I guess, good things. We had a few kids get better. We play an 8th grade schedule, and so I have like 4 8th graders, a 7th grader, 4 6th graders, and a 5th grader. It's like an academy type deal. So, anyways, I was gonna tell you, if JT moves to West Virginia, I don't know if he'll do great. I want him to, but Golden Blue Dudes don't have a field day with that.
Oh.
I can already imagine, dude.
Get ready. Everyone put your notification bell on for Golden Blue, man. You're going to see about 18,000 videos in the next 24 hours. If you've signed there.
Exactly. Like, I swear.
Yeah.
Anyways, dude, love you, big dog.
All right, you love you too, man.
Y'all tell Mrs. Peete I said early happy birthday.
All right, man. Thanks for checking in.
All right, see you.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I figured something was going on with Tiger Bass. He doesn't just not show up. I figured he was doing something.
Yeah, I don't think he's a chess hall.
No, he's definitely not a chess hall. He's never been absent for a show until today. And like he said, I've been off for 3 weeks on Friday night for different reasons, and so I don't blame him. Anyway, thank you, Mayhem Matthew, for the super chat. Says, yeah, them noises didn't settle well with my dog. He's barking his head off now. What noises are you talking about? These
Dying,
ones?
right?
Oh my God!
Sorry for your dog, but thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. 864-207-4522. What's up? You're on with Pete and Luke Walker.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Ballard. How y'all doing?
Ballard.
My man.
What's up, buddy?
What's up?
Not much. I wanted to talk to you about something as far as recruiting.
Mm-hmm.
So I just saw this today. I guess I've heard of him before. Obviously, you would know the last name, but it's actually DJ's brother. Is it Mateo?
Mateo Uiagalelei. I mean, this guy. Have you ever seen the Game of Thrones, Ballard?
I know of it, but I have never seen it because I never had HBO.
That's disappointing. Anyway,
I need to get on that.
For all the people that did see Game of Thrones, you know who the Mountain was.
Okay.
Luke, you saw Game of Thrones, right?
No, I didn't.
What's going on around here?
I've watched some of it. I know your references.
So the Mountain was a character. I mean, the guy was basically a giant. The biggest human being. Now, they had actual giants on the show, too, and dragons and everything else. But this guy was an actual human being, not a giant. I don't know how tall he was. 6'10", 500 pounds. He was a monster.
Yeah.
And so that's what Mateo Uiagalelei is like. This guy is 275, 280 pounds, 6'7", 6'6".
Yeah, man.
And he runs like a 4'5". I mean, he's a freak, an athlete. A freak.
I'm putting stuff together because after I get off here, I think I'm going to record a video. But he does have visits set up next week with teams. He'll visit Clemson next weekend. Then he's going to visit Alabama. Then he's going to visit Ohio State. But, I didn't even know. I mean, not that it would surprise me because a lot of people have siblings, but I didn't even know DJ's brother was into football, let alone I think it's pretty interesting that it's like it's on the defensive side of the ball, though. But, I was watching his highlights today when I saw something on Facebook about him, and I'm just like, holy crap, because this dude's got some speed on him, and he's a big guy.
Yeah, I think, of course, I'm not a recruiting guru, so I don't know the exact. I want to say he's probably the number one defensive end recruit in the country. If not number one, he's in the top.
No, he's number two.
Number two, okay. I was going to say he's definitely in the top three. But he also can play. In high school, he played like three different positions. He played defensive end, linebacker, and I think also tight end.
Okay.
Because I mean, listen, when you're 6'6", 270 in high school, I mean, you can play any position you want. Really, I mean, you you have such an advantage over everybody else. It's not even funny. But he's got offers from everybody that matters in the country. He can play anywhere he wants. You know what I think he's going to end up at, Ballard? I think he's going to end up at Alabama. Either Alabama or maybe Southern Cal because they're from Southern California. And, with the new coaching staff.
You don't think he'll follow his bro and go to Clemson?
I mean,
then again, you got to think DJ's already going to be in the NFL in 2023, right? Like,
most.
So what's it going to matter?
Well, I mean, he's eligible after this season. Whether he goes or not, I don't know, but most likely. But I don't think that matters. I don't think these players care about where their siblings go. I mean, these are California kids. I wouldn't be surprised to see if he went to Oregon. I know that's high on his list. Southern Cal, and of course, Alabama and Clemson and Ohio State. I mean, any of these places wouldn't surprise me. Nobody really knows where he's going to go. If I had to guess, though, I'd say Alabama number 1, Southern Cal number 2. That would be my guess.
And his dad said he's going to whoever gets in the best NIL deal. He tweeted that out recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw that too. But I appreciate you guys taking that. But real quick, I've only been listening to some of the show, maybe like the past 20 minutes or something. But can I ask what your guys' picks are for the men's Final Four tomorrow, if you have any opinions?
Well, Luke definitely has an opinion because he's a North Carolina fan. So go ahead, Luke, and then I'll give mine.
There you go. I got Duke and I got I had Duke and on this one.
Oh, I have Carolina winning it all because I have to. I have them beating Kansas.
Hey, man, Armando Baycott and everybody's been doing really well for him this year. It wouldn't surprise me, man. But good luck to your Tar Heels. And Pete, love you, brother. As always, thanks for taking my call.
All right, thanks, Ballard. And just for the record, because he did ask, even though he didn't wait for my answer, I have North Carolina and Villanova in winning tomorrow. I haven't made my prediction obviously for the final game because I want to see who's going to win the final 4 games first. But and maybe it's wistful thinking, but I have North Carolina and Villanova. Oh. Pizza Woman says Duke is winning. Yeah, so Pizza Woman's obviously a Duke fan.
This is Pete. I'm not betting anything. I learned my lesson on betting on my favorite team.
Yeah, I'm not betting on it either because I just don't know enough about basketball to even think about betting. Duke is the popular.
With my friend.
Duke is the popular pick because it's Mike Krzyzewski's final season, and all the conspiracy theorists out there believe that Duke's going to win it and he's going to ride off into the sunset like a knight in shining armor.
As much as I hate to admit it, Duke is a really good team.
Of course they are. I mean, they're in the Final Four.
They'd be a favorite.
They're one of the 4 best teams in the country. I mean, we know that. I don't think anybody's debating that.
That's true.
I don't think anybody's debating whether they're good or not. What's up? You're on with Pete and Luke Walker.
All right, Pete, I got one more question for you. It's true Seminole.
Yes, go ahead.
Recruiting question. So Chess Hall is a fantastic recruit coming out right now, and I just want Dabo Sweeney going to offer him.
Clemson fans piss me off.
We could use somebody of Chess Hall's stature on the offensive line, especially since we have a couple of offensive linemen that are out during the spring, and one of them that's out for the season, or most of the season.
I mean, honestly, he's a very great playmaker. The plays he makes from the couch to the kitchen is very impressive. The stature of the man is breathtakingly huge, and I wanted to.
I just don't. The only problem with Chess Hall on the offensive line for Clemson would be whether or not he shows up for practice or for film study. That's all.
Yes, that could be very tricky. That could be a very tricky situation, especially getting him through the door. That also might be an effort of itself.
But if I were the athletic trainer at Clemson, I would just put him on the Clemson tater juice, the Ostarine, and we can get him straightened right out.
Oh, without a doubt, yes. This very
Chess Hall could be a star nose guard. Who's pushing him off the ball?
Yeah, right. And then if all else fails, he could just fall down on his side like he always is, and just trip people up.
Yep, just create a pile.
That's create a pile.
Yeah, it's hard to run in a straight line when you have to go uphill. So I think the best plan, lay him in the middle of the field and just watch it from there.
Yeah.
Also, it is April Fool's Day, so I would like to know what was the best April Fool's joke you've seen today.
Oh, man. April Fool's Day just gets on my nerves. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I mean, it's like there's very few April Fool's jokes that you can read and tell and actually question whether or not it's a joke or not. Like, people are so gullible when they read some of these things.
I completely agree with you.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying, actually. Like, I don't know. I don't think I really saw any good ones. I mean, most of them were cheesy, like they always are.
Yeah, and then I'm like, I'm a baseball.
You there, Luke?
Man, until I actually say it's not.
Yeah. So, what was your favorite one, True Seminole?
I don't got one. All day has been an April Fool's joke for me, so I don't really have one to say the least. I just wanted to know if anything interesting happened for you guys. I'd worked all day, so I had nothing interesting.
Yeah. Like, I even thought about posting some stupid April Fool's joke, but I was just like, what's the point?
You would.
But I didn't, though. It's like mine would be just as bad as all the ones I'm making fun of. Mine would be like, South Carolina's gonna win a national championship in 2022. April Fools, they're all bad. They're all bad.
They're not?
No.
So what you're telling me is
my Gamecocks aren't going to win the national championship?
Nope. April Fools.
Damn it. No, I'm kidding. No. All right, well, that's it. I'm going to go to bed now. So I'm going to catch you guys later.
All right, buddy. Thank you for the call again. You know what? That was a great call. Yeah, April Fools. You can do that with anything. It's like I thought we might actually make it through the entire show without somebody mentioning April Fools, but I was wrong.
Yeah, I'd almost forgot it was April Fools.
Well, it's only April Fools for another 53 minutes. Mrs. Peete says, Mrs. Peete cares, April Fools. Yeah. She definitely doesn't care.
Yeah, they don't care, Pete.
No. 864-207-4522. 864-207-4522. The phone lines are open. Jeff Webster's in the house. And it appears as if he's not complaining about anything, which is good. Well, I mean, kind of is.
Looks like he's complaining about helmet sizes.
Yeah. But that's pretty mild for him.
And I agree with you, Jeff Webster. I have a huge head, and I can never find a football helmet that was big enough.
That is true, Fish and Football. Pete has the most overrated call-in show. April Fools. What's up, Millis Vanillis? What's up? You're on with Pete and Luke Walker.
What's up? It's your boy, Mayhem Matthew.
What's up, Mayhem Matthew?
Yeah, it is now confirmed. I was on VicTube so earlier, and it is now confirmed that Slita did not come to the Slavs because Mayhem Matthew was coming to whip some fannies.
Is that true?
That's very true because he hung up right after I said that, and he did not have a comeback for it. So,
well,
yeah, it's confirmed.
I didn't hear
He
it,
said,
but I might have to go back and listen to it. You know what? I probably won't. Slita has somehow managed to become a meme of himself.
whenever I said that, the response was that he had to go because he's a very important person.
Huh.
Which means he didn't want to comment back on my comment. He didn't want to join my join. And, yep.
Nate the Great, why are you calling my cell phone number instead of the call-in number? Nate, if you want to be on the air, just call the call-in number. It's on the screen. You know that. Anyway, yeah. As far as Slita goes, Look, man, I don't know what he said. I didn't see the stream. As far as the Slav Olympics are concerned, but Slita's scared to compete in the Slav Olympics. I don't care what he says. He can say he's busy and this and that. This guy's 50 years old, over 50 years old. He's not married. He doesn't have any kids. There's zero reason why Slita can't come to the Slav Olympics. Zero. Other than the fact that he's scared to compete.
What was his whole thing last year?
He showed up last year after everything, in the evening time after the events were over, so he didn't have to compete.
No, he was yelling before the Slav Olympics last year, talking about how he wasn't coming because nobody supported him.
He wasn't coming. Whatever, that's what he does. And of course, if you even ask him about the Slav Olympics this year, he won't even answer your question.
Now, I really didn't know. I mean, I think the first time I ever heard about Slita's name is a couple weeks on your show, but it was after the Slav Olympics whenever I heard his name. But honestly, has he ever liked college ball?
No. I mean, I don't know whether he liked it or not. Whether or not, he doesn't talk about it ever.
I mean, he's a Georgia and Georgia Tech fan, so that should tell you all you need to know.
So he just randomly out of the blue started liking Georgia.
Well, he just likes all the Georgia teams.
Well, he likes all the Georgia teams, but to pretend as if he'll go around and saying he's the biggest, Georgia fan ever in the history of football, which I've never. As long as I've ever known him, I haven't heard him mention 2 words about college football. He doesn't care about it. And then as soon as Georgia wins a national championship, he's out there getting shirts and fucking wrestling belts and all kinds of other shit made and whatever. Sleeta, he's just a cartoon character. That's all he is.
Well, yeah. Well, what do you think about Michigan's playing their spring game tomorrow?
Yeah.
What do you? I guess what's your thoughts on Michigan this year? I heard what's his name? Colin Kaepernick is their celebrity team
he's the honorary captain.
Yeah, of course, a lot of people hate Colin Kaepernick. Political opinions aside, why is anybody surprised that Colin Kaepernick is linking up with his former head coach from the NFL? I mean, look, man, Jim Harbaugh and Colin Kaepernick were together for a great run. I mean, look, that's the best run in Jim Harbaugh's professional career when he was at San Francisco, and that's the best run in Colin Kaepernick's professional career when he's at San Francisco. They went to a Super Bowl appearance and another NFC Championship appearance. So I don't know why anybody's surprised about this. And the other thing is, like, people just get mad when Colin Kaepernick's name is involved with anything. I could care less about any of it, honestly. Here's the other thing. If you have a problem with Colin Kaepernick and what he does, don't pay any attention to him. It's that simple.
I mean, nowadays, politically, most people, what he started, most people are doing it now in the NFL, so I don't see why.
Well, whatever. It's not even about whether you agree with his cause or not. I don't even necessarily agree with his cause. But guess what? I just don't talk about Colin Kaepernick. This is the first time I've talked about him ever on air. And if people that didn't like him just did that too, then anyway, whatever. It doesn't surprise me is what I'm trying to say. Jim Harbaugh and Colin Kaepernick have a professional relationship that goes back a long time. And so, for anybody who's surprised about that, I don't know what they mean. They just don't know the history between the two guys. That's all.
Right, and I agree with you. But thanks for taking my
Yes,
call.
sir.
I just wanted to come aggravate you.
You don't aggravate me, sir.
But thank you for taking my call
All right.
anyhow.
I mean, in order to aggravate me, you'd have to be able to beat me at something, but that's impossible. I completely destroyed you in the Slav Olympics. And then we tied in the basketball bracket challenge, and I don't know dick about basketball. So
Not knowing anything kind of helps you in the brackets.
PigskinPeete is still undefeated against Mayhem Matthew. What's up? You're on with Pete and Luke Walker.
Hey guys, it's Nate the Great. How you doing, sirs?
Nate the Great. Don't be late. What's up, buddy?
Not much, man. Just living the dream, basically.
Living the dream. You definitely are living the dream. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
When I die, I want to be reincarnated as Nate the Great. You're my hero.
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate it. But are you gonna? I mean, is Michigan the first spring game of all teams? I don't know.
No, because Georgia Tech had theirs a couple of weeks ago.
Spring game was like a month ago.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Georgia Tech decided to have their spring game before they even had spring practice. That made a whole lot of sense. A bunch of, I mean.
That was stupid.
I'm pretty sure they just started spring practice really early.
No, well, what, like 3 days before the spring game? I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's pretty stupid. Before you have practice, that doesn't make sense at all.
Well, nothing Georgia Tech does that makes any sense. Haven't you seen what their program looks like? It's a complete joke.
Yeah, and their stadium.
I'm telling you, and this is even a troll job. The craziest thing I've ever seen, and I've been to dozens and dozens of college football games over my lifetime, was what year was it? It was Jeff Collins' first year. What was that? 2000? What was that? 17 or 8? Huh?
Jeff Collins' first year was 2019.
Whatever year it was.
Same year Matt got in.
They came to Clemson, Jeff Collins' first year, and play on the road. And during the game, during the pregame, and actually during the start of the game, during the whole game, the team, they had weight benches and weights on their sideline. And the players were out there pregame. Clemson's team was out there throwing the ball and, you know, stretching and doing what normal teams do to prepare, for kickoff. Georgia Tech's team was over on the sidelines putting on a weightlifting competition. They were doing the dumbbells, the benching, the whole thing. And everyone was going, what in the hell is going on over there? And so
the poor grad assistant that had to drag all the racks out.
But
so basically,
it was a clown show. It was a clown show. And so now that's what Jeff Collins has turned that entire program into, is a clown show.
So basically, you're saying that Bobby Dodd Stadium is a jailhouse.
A jailhouse. Yeah. It kind of looked like a prison yard. Yeah. Like weightlifting. Yeah, weightlifting on the sidelines. It looked like a little bit like the jail yard. Right.
Yeah. That's why I got off of it. So, I just wanted to talk about some Michigan football, but I don't know if you like Michigan, but whatever. I want to talk about Michigan football with you guys, but I think McNamara is going to start from week 1 because Jaden McCarthy has a shoulder injury. I think he'll be good in week 4. I don't know, but he's basically limited to play in the spring game because of his shoulder. But that's pretty bad news for Michigan, though. But,
hey, Nate, who's going to win the Michigan spring game?
The yellow. I don't know.
Michigan's going to win, right?
I think it's Michigan versus Michigan. I think Michigan's going to win.
Is it possible that Michigan wins the game and loses it?
Yes.
It is.
Yeah, it's my favorite. I'm excited for 3 freshmen. I want to see. Number 1 is Will Johnson, former 5-star safety. I think, I don't know, it was cornerback or safety. I don't know. And Keon Saab and was Keon Saab supposed to go to Clemson but flipped to Michigan, I think.
That name does.
He committed to Clemson.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, it sounds familiar. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, well, he's at Michigan then. I'm go see. I'm excited to see that. Let's see. I'm hairball.
Hairball. Have you been licking yourself?
No.
Oh.
That's a hairball right there. I'm excited to see CJ Stokes. He always a free start, but he's a running back. I think he's going to be a beast in the future, but I hoping they'll not get hurt in spring practice. But wait, in spring practice, do they actually tackle or just?
You know what? Every team is different. Some do. A lot of them don't. I can only tell you, I know what Clemson does. They do tackle. They just don't hit the quarterback. But
they all tackle. There's really strict rules about when you can tackle and all this stuff.
I mean, it's up to the school though, Luke. It's not like an NCAA thing. I mean, some schools don't tackle at all. Some schools tackle a little bit. Some schools like Clemson tackle except for the quarterback. So I mean, it really depends on the school.
I don't think there's a school that doesn't tackle it at all, but there are definitely schools that limit it a lot.
Yeah.
From last year, did y'all see that Akron almost beat Ohio State at the shoe?
What?
I'm not even joking.
When was that?
Last year. Akron almost beat OSU last year in the shoe. Almost. I'm not even joking. You could look it up afterwards, but I think it was like 34-24, I think. So I don't know. I just want to let y'all know. But so yeah, that's all I have.
Nate, I'm looking at it now. It's 59-7.
Oh, never mind then. Misunderstood. They kept it close in the first quarter.
I think you're thinking about this Tulsa game because it was 41-20. I'm looking at their schedule.
Oh, well, maybe then. I don't know. Heck, I don't care about Ohio State either. Because I beat their asses.
You tell them, Nate.
And they can.
Yeah.
They can suck my tea.
They can do what now?
They can suck my taint.
Your taint?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I gotta say something real quick. I just checked my PayPal. I got a very, very generous donation to the channel from Rhino. Thank you, sir. Man, that's one person that I would have loved to see come to the Slav Olympics was Rhino. And I know he couldn't come for certain reasons.
Yeah.
He was transitioning. I believe he was moving from Texas back to Oklahoma or something, and it just didn't work out. I know he really wanted to come.
Or was it like with a medical thing, or?
I don't think so. I think, as far as I know, Rhino just had he had more important stuff going on than coming up and watching a bunch of idiots run around in the snow and fall down and break their ribs like me.
Well, yeah, I almost tripped. The last I heard from Rhino was he was at the surgery or something, but I don't know.
Yeah, if that's true, I don't know. But thank you. But thank you, Rhino. You're the man, sir. Appreciate it.
Rhino can't do that all the time because he's gonna lose all his money. But it's generous, like you said. So yeah. Before I go, one more topic. I actually went on a field trip this morning. We went to the movies. I ate a lot of popcorn.
Hold on. Let me guess what movie you went to.
What is it?
Batman.
Sort of, but no.
What do you mean, sort of? He was either Batman or it wasn't.
It's Hotel Transylvania 4.
Hotel Transylvania 4?
Wait, there's a 2 and a 3?
I didn't know that either, Luke.
It's not just me that went. It's just my young adult program. We all went because we.
So give us the movie. Everybody, this is an official Hotel Transylvania part. Would you say 4? 4.
Yeah.
Movie review by way of Nate the Great. Go ahead and tell us your review on this.
My review, Count Dracula's wife is hot, but on that, I actually It's okay. It's not as good as the first one or second one, but it's okay.
All right, so let's pretend for a second, even though it's not really pretend, it's a fact, that you haven't seen either Hotel Transylvania Part 1, 2, or 3.
No. I've seen all the.
I know, but I haven't. So if I'm gonna take, look, man, you gotta understand. I got kids. If I decide to go see a movie with the kids and take the wife and the two kids and get popcorn and get drinks, it's over $100 easily, like right off the rip. So is it worth me spending $100, not $400? Is it worth me spending over $100 to take my family to see Hotel Transylvania Part 4, or should I wait for it to come out on, whatever, Netflix or Hulu or HBO Max or whatever it is?
Maybe on Hulu or something, because that's the best pick, because you don't have to pay like $400 or $100, whatever it is.
Well, I could tell you,
so you don't have to waste the money.
We went to see Batman a few weeks ago, right when it first came out, and to me that was actually worth it. I mean, well, really, honestly, no movie's worth that amount of money, but whatever. In today's world, it was worth it. It was one of the ones I could tolerate spending that much money to go see with the family. But that means that's because I thought it was really good. How good was Hotel Transylvania 4 on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being the best, obviously 1 being the worst. Give it a grade.
In my opinion, probably 6.5.
6.5.
Yeah, in my perspective, but some people might has different opinions. But
now, on this movie trip that you went on, did you have? Well, I know you just went with like your group that you go with, but is there a specific lady friend, I'm gonna say, in there that you have your eye on, or like Nate? Did you have a date for this thing? Did you sit next to a woman or a girl?
Yes, but I didn't have a date. But she's married.
Oh, damn! Nate with the Nate.
Whoa.
Nate.
No.
I'm dying, right?
Oh my God! Nate. Nate with the married women.
I definitely never. She just sat next to me. That's all. She is a teacher assistant. So.
Oh, a teacher's assistant.
But basically a TA.
Yeah. So a teacher's assistant, probably that to me that sounds like she's probably in her 20s, like you.
Yeah, she's 23.
She's what?
Not far off.
Not
She's
far
23.
off. So a young teacher's assistant, although married, you don't care about that though, do you, Nate?
Yeah, I care, but I'm not doing something stupid.
Could you beat his ass?
Yeah. Well, of course he could. Have you seen Nate? Nate, this is a giant human being. I posted pictures of me and Nate from the Slob Olympics, and it made me look like a midget. It's huge.
Yeah, I can't remember flirting with Friction, but
this teacher's assistant, is she pretty?
Yeah, no.
You're lying, Nate. You say no.
She ain't a blondie.
Oh, so you like blonde? You like blondes?
Maybe, yeah. Yes, I do.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you, Nate. Obviously, you're being very respectful of this woman and her of course her husband. So you're a good man for that, Nate. But I can read between the lines, buddy. I got you.
Yeah, hopefully I get a Tinder date, but don't tell my mom.
I'm pulling for you as far as that goes, but your mom's gonna find out though. She might even be listening to the show right now. You just don't know it.
She probably is.
Well, just be careful.
I have like 15 matches, so yeah. Have a good morning. I won't do anything stupid or anything or pull my. Never mind. Have a good morning.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Nate. I feel like I was on the verge of getting Nate in a little bit of trouble there. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, you're trying your hardest.
Well, you know. So, but Nate's he would never do anything like that. Nate is he's a good guy.
A respectable young man.
Yes, he's a respectable young man. Exactly. The funniest part about that was I said, was she attractive? Was she pretty? And he goes, she wasn't a blondie. So clearly Nate has a thing for blondes. Well, I think we just learned that.
You can't blame him.
Right. I mean, I do too.
Yeah, that's clear.
Yeah. So I get it, Nate. I get it. Anyway. 864-207-4522. Anyone that wants to call in, we'll keep the phone lines open for another few minutes, 5 or 10 minutes. See if anyone wants to call in. What's going on in this chat? I mean, I'm sure we have gone way off the rails here, which is not unusual. Yeah, Mrs. Pete's giving legal advice in here. She says, stop and plead the fifth. Yeah. Oh, no, George is in here. Of course, George is talking about some crazy shit. I was riding with a guy that bought crack in the worst part of Memphis at 3 a.m. You know what? I have a hard time believing that every story he tells is true. There's no way that all this shit happened to him.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. I don't know how he did all this in one life.
I mean, maybe it's possible, I mean, it is George, but yeah, hot for teacher Van Halen.
Once you listen to him talk, it gets believable.
All right. George wants to know, is this a college football show? I mean, I don't know. You've been around here for 4 years, 5 years. Every single show you show up on, you ask if it's a college football show. And then you proceed to call in or come on a StreamYard and not talk about college football. So,
He did pretty well last time.
Yeah, that was the first time ever, though.
I guess.
Speak of the devil. I have some reservations about picking this call up. What do you think I should do?
You might as well. There's nobody else on the line.
Well, that is true. That's both sad and true. but it's true. All right. Listen, guys, disclaimer here. I don't know how far we know where this is going to go, or I don't know where it's going to start or end or where it's going to go in between, but we'll figure it out together, I guess. What's up, George?
But it's true.
George, turn your YouTube off in the background.
Listen, guys, disclaimer here. I don't know how far.
George, turn your YouTube off.
I don't know if it's going to start or end or where it's going to go in between, but we'll figure it out together, I guess. What's up, George?
Hey, I just want to say hi to Zona Tucson 9
off in the background.
Can you turn YouTube off, please? George, you've called in here a million times. How do you not know how to do this? I didn't hang up on you, George. I muted you. How can somebody who's called into the show, there is nobody that's called into the show more than George, period. I would say over 100 times, conservatively, probably more than that. How does he all of a sudden not know how to use the call-in deal?
Yeah, I think he's pretty high up in the clouds right now.
Well, he's always high up in the clouds. That's not an excuse. All right, I'm going to unmute you, George, and see where we're at here. All right? You there?
Hey, man, I'm sorry. I had my tablet going while I was talking to you on the phone. It was very confusing.
Oh, it's almost like I was telling you that while it was happening, but you weren't listening. Anyway,
I'm getting old. You gotta be patient with me.
I'm very patient. I'm more patient with you than anybody.
Dude, I am so pumped. You know why I'm so pumped? And I mean pumped. Like I worked out at the gym all day kind of pumped.
Uh-huh.
I'm so pumped because I've been painting this house with my kid for the last 2 days.
You've been watching your kid paint the house for the past 2 days?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I do like I do the old women's work today. I clean the bathroom, wash the windows. It's like extra shit he does for free for the people. That's what I do. Anyway, when we walked in there, I was like, do you really need money this bad? And he said, I have to pay $4,000 or $5,000 for a new transmission on my 4Runner. He said, we're going to take a few days to paint this house. I'm like, God damn. It's like some inner city slum tenement, you know? But we've been there 2 days, Pete. The whole thing looks totally different. Tomorrow he's going to spray that motherfucker. We'll be out of there in 4 days for $4,000 or $5,000, you know? Makes me feel good, man. I'm pumped.
Oh, I'm happy for you.
Good.
I guess. Are you wearing some sort of respirator?
Hey, Pete, it's in such a bad part of town. My job is to check the car every 5 minutes because we're afraid someone's literally going to steal our catalytic converter, you know?
I thought your job was to wash the windows and what else did he say?
And keep an eye on the car. My kid loves me at the end of the day. Every day I go, you want a beer? So he's like, yeah. Like, I just happen to have a 6-pack in the cooler. Yeah. Anyway, Pete, when I've always said this on you and Uncle Lou and Mark Rogers' channel. When I first come into the chat, I go, is this a real college football show? It's a joke, man. Relax. It's okay. I'm not being mean-spirited.
I know that, George.
I liked it. Tennessee Volunteer Roadshow. What happened to him? Is he still there on his own show? What's his name? His real name? I used to know him.
Talking about Catfish?
Kind of sad. Yeah, Catfish.
I don't know if he goes on the air anymore. He opened a restaurant in Knoxville. He still has his channel. He's got a bunch of like Tennessee basketball players and all kinds of people that are affiliated with Tennessee that do shows on his channel. I don't know if I don't think he goes on the air anymore.
Yeah, I love him. I feel bad because his kid had cancer, remember, and
yeah,
I just felt bad for him. I'm glad he kept his show going, though. That guy, Billy Ratcliffe, is on his channel.
Ratliff.
And the first time Billy Ratcliffe, you know him?
Ratliff, not Ratcliffe. But yes, I know who you're talking about.
Thank you very much, Ratliff. Yeah. The first time he was on here, I've never done this before, but because of the advanced technology we have at our fingertips nowadays, I took my time to I Googled Billy Ratliff, you know, and it told me about when he drove that guy backwards and knocked the quarterback down. He used the offensive lineman to knock the quarterback on his ass and won the game for him. And I said, so when they answered, I acted like I knew this from my childhood, and I talked about that. And that's nice. That's the beauty of technology and the internet. I was like, you remember that time you fucking drove that dude back 6 yards and sacked the quarterback using the offensive lineman's ass? Yeah, he was like, yeah, I remember that.
Well, I mean, that was one of the biggest plays. In the national championship, was it the SEC championship game or the national championship game that year? I mean, he's a national championship winning player, and he played for the 1998 Vols title team. But
listen to me now. The guy that Mark Rogers has on the Florida State channel, James, he's another one of those golden gems, like a real guy that was there and played in the games, and he can talk on our level and hang out with us. That is just a treasure. These are true heroes who did famous shit, and they're talking to us on the internet. So your thing is you need a Clemson player that will come on and hang out with us.
Yeah, none of the. Listen, George, no offense, but if anybody of them are listening right now and thinking about coming on, they've just been deterred. So
Deshaun Watson would do it for you. You have always backed him. You've always said, "Show me the fucking evidence." You know, like what the fuck? Like somebody can just come out and say you're a bad person and you're a bad person. Like, come on, that's too easy. You got to work harder than that, man.
Oh,
You fucking say you're bad and you're bad. It's insane. Anyway.
Well, that's fascinating, George. Anything else?
Yes, somebody earlier was talking about Memphis. One night I was riding with a guy in a semi.
Oh,
was
no.
Actually a
All right,
member.
countdown clock begins. Countdown clock begins. Go ahead.
Okay, so he drove to the absolute worst corner there is in Memphis. There was police activity going on the corner. He pulled up his semi. 4 or 5 guys ran over and jumped on the jumping board, on the running board, on the semi. I'm sitting in the passenger seat. And they all started thrusting their hands in the windows trying to sell crack. And he spent $200 and we drove away. And I'm like, dude, there was cops giving somebody a ticket on the other corner. Do you think they didn't just notice 8 guys jump on our running boards and attack us selling crack? You know? And he was like, fuck him. This is whatever, East Memphis or whatever the fuck it was. That's my only memory of Memphis. Is there a good part of Memphis?
George, is there a point? I'm just, look, is there a point to the story? I don't even.
Tucson 93 asked me what year it was. It was about 30 years ago. So I can't even imagine what the fuck it's like now. Nobody goes there. Dude, I got off the interstate by accident because I was low on gas in East St. Louis, Missouri. On my next call-in show, I'll spend an hour talking about East St. Louis. I go there, I dare you.
On your next call-in show, you're going to spend an hour talking about this? All right, later, George. Thanks for the call. I can deal with it for a little while, but there doesn't really seem to have a point, though.
Yeah, some of his topics kind of weird.
You didn't wear out your welcome, George. You just have to have a point. Anyway, what's up? You're on with Pete and Luke Walker.
I don't know if I can follow up with that, but yeah, this is Baylor Man. How you guys doing tonight?
Baylor Man, what's up, buddy?
Well, I'll tell you what's up. I know you're. I want to first off. We'll start off by apologizing because. Well, I don't know if you follow the women's basketball tournament, but as of on Sunday, I'm going to be a Gamecock.
Well, I'm sorry. What happened? What happened in your life that was so terrible that you decided to convert to be a Gamecock?
It's just for that night. They're playing against UConn. I can't root for UConn.
Oh. Yeah, I did. No, I did talk about it earlier. So I guess the women's basketball team advanced to the national championship game against UConn. That's what you're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't care about women's basketball to begin with, but if I had to pick one, I'm obviously going to root for UConn in that one.
I figured that. That's why I wanted to apologize in advance.
Yeah. It's okay. I won't hold it against you.
Yeah. Appreciate that. Anyway, how y'all doing tonight?
I'm amazing and fantastic. My brain is a little bit fried, though. If I listen to George for more than 3 or 4 minutes, then, I start to sort of like, my eyes start to glaze over a little bit.
Maybe your brain's it's half baked.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm all the way across the country, but I'm still getting some sort of secondhand deal from George.
You get a contact high from talking to him.
A contact high from 2,500 miles away.
Man, I'll tell you what. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had. I just wanted to apologize because Sunday I'm going to be a Gamecock, but I'm still a Baylor man through and through.
Well,
hey, we just forgot to play round ball.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're talking to you're talking to the guy that knocked you out of the tournament. Not the guy, but the team.
Yep.
A fan of the team who knocked my team out of the tournament.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I think I will give him this. And I also give myself credit because I correctly picked that game on my bracket. I had Carolina beating us because I just thought it was a bad matchup. And, y'all are the better team, and y'all deserve to win that. So I got to give you props.
Yeah, but even with Jeremy Sohan trying to injure all the players.
Well, we shouldn't have gotten down by 25 points. So, we put ourselves in that hole to begin with. Got to make baskets.
So I know you just mentioned that you're going to be a Gamecock fan for women's basketball, but so who are you rooting for in the Final Four to win it all in the men's side?
Not Kansas. I will say. Well, I'll say Villanova.
I respect that.
Villanova, definitely not Kansas. So I will pull for Villanova because I respect Jay Wright, and
Mrs. Peete is roasting.
For the meteor.
Mrs. Peete has no mercy, dude. She's roasting you in the comments.
Who, me?
Yeah, she says that she would seriously question her life decisions if your backup team was the Gamecocks.
Well, it's just because they're UConn's opponent.
I know she hates look, as much as I hate the Gamecocks, times that by 10, and that's how much she hates them. So you just
Really?
Why would a Baylor fan hate UConn so much?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Well, it's just UConn, just the women's program. I can't stand them. That's like rooting for Urban Meyer.
So you just hate women from Connecticut. Makes sense.
Most of them aren't even from Connecticut.
Just hate that team. That's like rooting for John Calipari or Urban Meyer.
Or Mike Krzyzewski.
No, Gino Auriemma actually wins, unlike John Calipari.
Well, that is true. He's a good coach, but he has the same tactics. But anyway, yeah. Good luck to your team, since my team's not in it. And
thank you.
Yeah, respect. I mean, y'all deserve that game.
Yeah, the refs tried to take it away from us, but thank God we won.
Well, anyway.
You can't even respond to that because you know it's true.
Honestly, I didn't see that part because I was just so mad and turned the game off because we were down by so many points. I was just like, you know what? Our season's over. And I just started my football countdown. By the way, it's 147 days.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and need you to continue to call in every week and give me a countdown because it makes me feel better. I don't know. For some reason it does, Just hearing
147 sounds like a lot less than 150.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and then so the next time we do a call-in show, it's going to be even less than that. It's just there's something about that makes me feel good. So I appreciate you doing that.
Well, yes, sir. And technically, it's actually 146 now. 146. So we're a day closer.
Once we get inside of 100 days,
or week 1.
Yeah, that's a good question too. Is that from the first Power 5 game? What's the 147? What's the first game you're talking about?
The week 0 games.
Okay.
We have college football period.
Right.
153 until Baylor starts 1-0, and 155 until your boys likely start 1-0.
So Clemson plays on a Monday night. So that's
my point.
So that's
155.
So I thought they had the kickoff game. Maybe it's just the ACC kickoff game. It's just not the Power 5 kickoff game then.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, 146 is week 0 games.
I got you.
Yep. Carolina plays week 0 against the mighty FAMU Rattlers.
Oh. No, don't pull a Georgia Tech now and lose your week 0 game against a terrible, group of 5 team.
Well, FAMU's not even group of 5. They're FCS.
Oh, well, that's even worse.
Yeah, I think it'd be worse to lose to Georgia Tech than it would be at Florida A&M.
Matthew Mayhem,
Florida A&M's actually pretty good.
Matthew Mayhem sitting on the super chat says, "Will there ever be a Friday call-in show with Pete and George? That would be epic." During one of the low points of my life and my YouTube channel, I actually considered having George as a regular guest on Friday nights. This is long before Tiger Baskins. I think this is actually probably during the COVID lockdown when I was really desperate, and thank God I didn't go down that rabbit hole. So the answer to your question is no.
Maybe I'll make an additional suggestion. How about a show with Pete, George, and Edward, 2 co-hosts?
I don't think there's enough Xanax on the planet to let me do that. I can't. No, I couldn't do that.
Maybe those 2 just need their own call-in show.
That wouldn't last a week.
I know, but now there might only be 3 people watching, but I'd be one of them. I'd watch it, but as far as hosting I can't do that.
I would totally watch. I'd be the first one. I'd be the first one in the comment section and the last one to leave.
So, I mean, there's people that love George. There's just not that many of them. That's the issue. So, I mean,
I was definitely honored to follow him, although, I couldn't match.
There's always 3 or 4 people that are like, we love George, but there's another, 200 that watch the video, whether it's on replay or whatever, that don't. You know what I'm saying? So.
Oh yeah. That's how some folks are. They either love them or you don't love them. And there's really no in between.
Yeah.
Teams are that way too, as well as coaches. But,
yeah.
Anywho.
All right. All right.
I just wanted. Huh?
I was gonna say, all right, Baylor, man, thank you for the call. I appreciate it. I'm about to wrap things up around here.
All right. Well, have a good weekend, and sorry about me being a honorary Gamecock, at least for maybe 2 hours.
Yeah, that's all right.
I wouldn't go around telling people that.
Yeah.
It's just one game.
We'll see how that works out for you.
Hopefully well.
All right, Baylor, man. Appreciate the call, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right. You're right, though, Luke. Kind of weird. Baylor man calls in and, for whatever reason, has some sort of disdain for UConn women's basketball, which is kind of weird. I mean, of all the things, right?
Yeah, it is kind of weird.
It's like
I don't know how they're that hateable.
Yeah, it's like me calling him. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and put this out there. I really hope that Michigan's hockey team loses this week. Okay.
You're really hoping Ohio State's lacrosse team is terrible.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's kind of odd, but more power to him, I guess. More power to him. All right, that's going to wrap it up. Hey, Luke, man, I really appreciate you coming on and being a substitute co-host with me tonight. That was great of you to do that.
Yeah, this was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Shout out to Tiger Baskins. He's out there helping the kids. Despite the fact that they lost their game, whatever that was. But of course, we'll see him again soon. But Luke Walker stepped up like a champion, kept the show afloat whenever I couldn't. So thank you, Luke. Final words. This is your chance. So, big game tomorrow against Duke, your arch nemesis, arch rival. Coach K's possibly last game if he can, if North Carolina can get things done. So let everybody know your final thoughts, if you have any, on this game tomorrow.
Yeah, well, it will be Coach K's last game because Duke won't beat us, and we're going to win national championship number 8. That's all I really have to say.
National championship number 8. 9 p.m. on TBS. Is that right?
It's pretty much 30 minutes after the first game.
All right.
We don't really know exactly when.
Yeah. So I'll be, again, of course, where I stand on this. I will be pulling for the Tar Heels just because. Well, first of all, I don't have a dog in the fight, right? So I don't really care, but I'm not a big fan of Coach K. I am a big fan of Luke Walker. And there's not really any Duke fans around here showing PigskinPeete any love. So go Tar Heels. And go, what's Villanova's mascot, Mrs. Peete? Do they have one?
Wildcats.
The Wildcat. Go Wildcats, go Tar Heels. That's who I'm picking in tomorrow's games, and we'll see what happens. And, of course, the ACC show on Tuesday, which will be the night after the national championship games played, hopefully we'll be on the ACC show, and you can come join us and brag about your 8th title. We'll see.
Hopefully. Might have to disappear if we lose to Duke.
We'll see. All right, Luke, brother. I appreciate you, man. Have a good weekend.
All right.
All right, man. Luke Walker. I mean, the Tar Heels have suffered enough in football over the past couple of years. I mean, they have been on the tip of everybody's tongue. High hopes. I mean, hell, Sam Howell last season was like in the top 2 or 3 Heisman front runners before the season started. Of course, Luke, being the homer that he is, and I don't blame him, will tell you that, he didn't have a bad year, but the team definitely did. And so let's give the Tar Heels a little bit of hope here. And, man, how sweet it would be if you're a Tar Heel to watch Mike Krzyzewski, get knocked out of his career. His final loss in the tournament, in the Final Four, to his arch nemesis, the Tar Heels. I mean, you can't write that. That would be great. Even if the Tar Heels didn't go on to win the whole thing, just by beating Duke in the Final Four and sending Krzyzewski with his tail between his legs into the sunset would be a great feat for them. So, anyway. All right, guys. That's going to do it for me. It's been fun. Has a great call tonight. Shout out to all the callers, all the people that supported the channel through Super Chat, PayPal. You guys are all amazing and fantastic. You guys know I love you. I guess that's going to be it. I'll see you guys soon, next week. So I'll have shows on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, live shows anyway. Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night. And then, of course, Friday I will be up in the in Georgia, close to Clemson. So we'll see what happens there. But anyway, I'll see you guys very soon. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, which is basically nothing and everything all at the same time. Your boy, Pigskin Pete, checking